Hello everyone, this is Flatline and I'm going to be doing a PvT video. It's going to be Mike, the red Protoss, and then spawning on the top left it's going to be Mill. Mill. We're going to go with Mill, that's just too much to say. So I just wanted to do this video real quick because I haven't really touched much on PvT, but it's one of my favorite matchups. I feel like it's a lot more equal, I guess, or more developed right now in the metagame. That's actually a better way of saying it. It's a lot more developed right now, and compared to the other matchups, in my opinion, it just feels like it all comes down to skill between both players. Because now Terrans are finally realizing how strong the late game Terran army can be with that Mascus, Viking, Medevac, Marine Marauder mixture. It's really strong. But yeah, so I wanted to go over this, and this is actually pretty specific towards this map, in fact. So if you're watching this, this is something you should definitely, try out on Ohana. I think this is the only ladder map it would work like as good as it does compared to the other ones, and you're gonna see why it works that way. So you're just gonna open up the same typical way. It's gonna be 9 pylon, 13 gateway, and then you send that Proto Scout. Then you're gonna get your assimilator at 14, all that kind of jazz. You're just gonna constantly corner boost your probes. And then against Terran here, you're just gonna scout to see what he's gonna be doing. Is he getting gas? Is he not? And this opening is awesome. You're gonna go for that regular 2-gate opening that hasn't been really shown that much in PvT lately. And I see no gas, okay. So I'm like, okay, so it can either be fast expand or like 5 racks all in. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be doing the CC, because if you're gonna go for that 5 racks, generally they usually make the supply depot anyways. Generally, so it's not all the times. But yeah, so you're just gonna get your second gas. You're gonna skip the zealot for that. And you're just gonna chrono boost out your stalker. So you're gonna chrono boost your probes 4 times, and then from there you're gonna chrono boost your stalker. It's gonna be your 5th chrono boost, and you're gonna put 3 guys in gas. Don't forget your pylons so you don't get supply blocked. So yeah, so this opening works against gas openings and fast expand openings. No gas openings against Terran. It works extremely well against gas openings because of the fact that you can scout really quickly with an observer. But since I saw that he had no gas, and I had a pretty good tell that he was gonna go for a fast expand, I think I cut the observer and I go straight for an immortal. And people, you're probably wondering, why would you go immortals? They're not gonna have any marauders or anything like that. It's mostly gonna be marines. But the immortals are really good against bunkers or any structures, that is. And that's where the marines are going to be in. So if you're able to kill off their shield or their health, I guess you could say, because the bunker pretty much acts as a shield and a health to the marines. Once you kill that off, the marines become extremely easy for you to deal with, especially equipped with sentries, which you are constantly making, which I forgot to say. So you're gonna make a sentry, you're gonna make your robotics, you want to make a robo facility after your stalker, or once his SCV is out of your base as soon as possible. And then you're gonna chrono boost out a sentry, you're gonna make another sentry, you're gonna be getting your second gateway as well. We're gonna see what does he actually see. He sees my whole tech, like 2 gates and a robotics all the way in the back. He's probably scared of what's going on here. We're gonna see how he wants to respond. He's getting a pretty quick stem. You can see he's going for 2 racks, so he's getting that quick stem. This has been published by Thorzan, if I'm not mistaken, in tournament play. He goes for this 2 racks, and then he's gonna get a very quick factor. This just gives you fast medevacs. I'm also able to catch his SCV. It's not gonna be able to scout to see if I expand it or not without scanning. So this is no means an all-in whatsoever. It's just a pressure, and the reason why this works on Ohana, you're gonna see later on, actually. So I don't want to spoil the details. So I'm getting my expansion whenever I can afford it while you're still making units. So I have my 2 sentries and my stalker right here. Should be warping in a couple more sentries as well with my army. You do want to have a lot of sentries. You want to have 4 to 5 sentries with your army. When you do this push, this is just gonna allow you to use Guardian Shield and Force Fields whenever you go push, which helps out with your Immortals. You don't really need to be Zealot heavy with this composition. In fact, you want to be more ranged because of the way that you're going to be force fielding against his units. You're basically going to be cutting off his units, so that way you can only deal with just a portion of his army, not the entire army, which is going to become a lot easier for you. Yeah, so once I got 3 Immortals, that's when I want to push out. You want to go ahead and ahead of your Immortals, so that way he can't really scout exactly what you're doing. And I almost overextend. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Alright, so I don't lose anything too much, and my probe was able to get out, get over there safely to get the pylon started. You see I'm waiting. I'll also get my observer after my 3rd Immortal. And you're still going to be making probes behind this. So he's going to be ahead. You can see 36 to 32. So he's in favor. He's also got his medevacs on the way. He also has stem done. Like, all this is pretty good for him. You can see he's adding up more bunkers. But look at this. This is where it gets really good for Protoss on this map specifically. You see how he's not able to... This bunker doesn't really help him. Doesn't really serve a purpose except hold this ramp. But if I don't go up this ramp, this bunker is pretty much useless. You can see he's trying to put up more bunkers. The fact that I had Immortals with my army, I'm able to kill off the rocks really quickly. You can see I'm force fielding a portion of his army. You can see all these units not engaging with my army. Only a couple which were in the bunkers. And the Immortals just kill the bunkers like instantaneously. It's not even a joke. You see, he's pretty much taken out right there. He's going to be forced to lift off. And now look at the food supply. 44 to 71. This is where it gets huge into the Protoss favor right now. And you still have these sentries to help you force field. I like to do this a lot. If you don't have that many if you don't want to use that much force fields, do it like this. So that way you see how my army has to go through that little slot. That's what their army has to do to engage with yours. I'm trying to make it burn. Oh, he's losing some HP. It's whatever. Alright, so you just pretty much got him stuck on one base. He doesn't have that many units. Let's look at the units tab. 40 probes to 24. And then behind this whole thing, you're still... Yeah, I might pause real quick. Getting your 3rd and 4th gas, getting robotics bay. You want to go for Colossus because it's a lot easier to go to than like Templar Tech with this. Usually you'll see me in PvT go for Templar Tech, but this build specifically is just really good if you go into Colossus. You can see he's pretty much bunkering up the top. Maybe I could have busted this, maybe I couldn't. No point of actually doing it if I'm pretty much ahead at this point of the game. I'm just gonna go back, make my Colossus, get external thermal lance, add my production, my upgrades, my Twilight Council, all that kind of jazz for my army. I do have a lot of energy, that's one bad thing for me. Yeah, you can just see it's heavily in my favor right now, and that's where this opening really works. You can see how there's 2 areas you can attack the natural, and unlike, let's say, like in Toonland, there's like 2 ways you can attack it, but the main ramp or the natural ramp also guards that side ramp, right, with that bunkers over there, and it's not that wide compared to Ohana. So it's a lot easier to deal with a push going through that on the Toon than it is on Ohana. Plus on Ohana, the other ramp right here that I'm referring to, you can disrupt the mining over here at the natural, which really puts Terran a little bit behind in this case. So he's not really able to deal with it quite nicely. You can see I'm also getting +1 external thermal lance is almost done. I'm pushing out with my first Colossus. Second Colossus is on the way. I should be starting Blink relatively soon. You want to get Blink because you don't really need charge at this point. I have a lot of stalkers. I don't need charge. I just need Blink. Blink's gonna allow me to, you know, get my stalkers in position where I need them. and also lets me preserve them as long as possible with the blink mechanic, you know, blinking the weak ones back, etc, etc. So yeah, I could expand behind this. I'm still making more probes behind this, 45 to 28. You can see I have 2 slots that he has to pretty much deal with. He doesn't have a big army composition. It's 78 food to 43. And this is pretty much game right here. The force fields right here is not really helping them out. And you can see all my sentries are still alive. That's one of the biggest things I think in PvT. You always want to try to keep your probes alive as much as possible. He target fires my Colossus. That's pretty good by him. I'm over here trying to work with more stalkers. Yeah, so 1-1's almost done, or it's finishing up. My second Colossus just finished up and is joining up with my team, or my army, I guess you could say, not team. But yeah, you can see his whole entire army is being shattered into pieces. 32 to 113. +1/+1 is done. Should be expanding now. In fact, you see my pro moving out. To expand. I could have expanded a lot sooner, in fact, but I was just too busy with my main army. But you can see the whole concept really works well in Ohana. If they go for gas, it's fine. You got the observer really quickly. If they go for 1-on-1, newsflash, one base Protoss beats one base Terran, surprisingly. It's just how you react to what you see on one base, and usually it's 1-on-1. If they go for a stem timing, you get Colossus, you know, and it allows you to get Colossus if they're not even going for stem timing. Like it's just absolutely amazing going 2-gate Robo on the map. And if you're not able to scout as well, it's still fine to go 2-gate Robo. You just get the observer, you can scout. Oh, okay, he's not expanding, or he expanded, he doesn't have gas, etc, etc. All that stuff really works well with 2-gate Robo. So for all the new players that just got into StarCraft 2 or that's Platinum and below, 2-gate/3-gate Robo, either one. 2-gate Robo is a little bit more greedier, so it's going to be a little bit more risky. 3-gate Robo is completely safe in the sense that you have enough production to hold any kind of push by Terran. Your economy is a little bit later though. It's going to be a little bit worse than a 2-gate Robo expand, of course, because you're investing that 150 minerals into gateway instead of into a nexus or a quicker nexus for that kind of sort. But yeah, so it's an excellent build to learn in Platinum, and you know what? People still do that build. One of my favorite Protoss to watch, Younghwa, does this build all the time, especially when he sees gas. He goes 2-gate Robo, and I'm starting to do that. I'm starting to come back to that build as well. It's just super safe and allows you to react on time, because the thing about Terran that strikes fear into the Protoss the most is what exactly are they doing with that gas, right? Are they going 2 racks or 3 racks, you know, 1-on-1, double starport, a Thor rush, all that kind of jazz they could do. And it's all really strong builds, but they all require a different reaction. So the faster you see it, the faster you can react, and gives you a better advantage to dealing with it. So yeah, so it's definitely a cool build to check out. I did make a YouTube video on it way back then. You could definitely check that out if you want to actually know the build itself. Just check it on my channel, youtube.com/flatlinesc2. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. You can check out my other Protoss content released on my YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitch. That's where I stream. At twitch.tv/flatlinesc2. Facebook and Twitter are synced up to my YouTube and Twitch, so anytime I stream or upload a video, it's going to post or tweet to you if you follow or like the page. So anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later.